next book which I have written is named Saved, but what next? Saved, but what next? Very often people got saved, and after salvation they stop. They are saved and they don't know what to do next, how to grow higher. Here I have explained all the steps how not to stop. And it also happens that people are saved today and tomorrow they fall down, and the day after they arise again and then they fall down again. So please buy this book if you want to know how to live a life of being on the top all the time long. Who of you have ever heard about the Orange Revolution in Ukraine and about the role of a church in this revolution? For all the participants of the Orange Revolution, I have written a brand new book. They have published it a couple of days ago. The name of this book is Civil Position. Civil Position, how to get free from a mentality of a slave and play your role in the transformation of a society. I have written this book also and especially for those who are from Russia, from Belarus, and from that countries where they are waiting for such a transformation. Every church must have its civil position. So the name of this book is Civil Position, a very important book for the national transformation. And we also have a second volume of a book, Look What the Lord Has Done. Second volume of a book, Look What the Lord Has Done. And in this book you will see a great, tremendous testimonies about what the Lord has done in lives of people. While I was reading a first volume of this book, I was crying all the time long. So the red one is the first volume and the second volume is a blue one. And we also have a first volume on English, Look What the Lord Has Done.
So if you speak English, this is good for you. It's a handbook on societal, on national reformation. It's excellent. You cannot believe it. It's wonderful stories. Incredible. Now, we have some other books in English. One of my books came out in English. You know, I've written 50 books, but we just have a few of them in English. One is The Jesus You Never Knew, How to Discover Jesus Personally for Yourself. So this is in English for our English-speaking people too. And I have another one, The Man God Will Use. The Man God Will Use is in English also. Now, you could also get that for yourself. We have it in Dutch, we have it in German, so, but we have it in English too for people who don't speak those languages. Then there's one of our ladies here, one of our ministers. She's going to be preaching tomorrow, I think. And she's called Tatiana Galushka. She's written a book which has become a bestseller. And it's called When You Can't Live and Yet You Can Die. It's a wonderful book in English. Those are for English speakers. Now that's Knam.
I have one pastor here today, and he will preach to us tomorrow, and he has been pastoring only for about a year and a half, and his name is Igor Tomchenko, and during his 2 years of pastorship, he has done so many great things which I could not do during my 15 years of pastorship. And he has built such a great church in a year and a half. He is so radical that when I see him, I say that even if I die today, I know that Embassy of God has its future, because he is so radical. I look on him and I say that he is Pastor Sunday J.R., but he is even more radical. And he has written a book. He is preaching on a topic, unlimited ministry. He says that there is nothing impossible. He said, when we told him that we were not given a land to build a temple for the church. He said there is a land. So he is very radical, and he has built a church for 400 people in a year and a half. And they told him that they will not give him a permission to build a temple, but he did it. So he is a very radical pastor. He has been pastoring only for 2 years, and he will be preaching on the anniversary. You know, in our Bible Institute, he was invited to preach there, and our dean said, when our dean saw him for the first time, and that pastor is very young, he is only 26 years old, and our dean asked him, "Hey, is it you whom Pastor Sunday have sent to us to preach? Because he have never worn a suit and good clothes before, and he is very young, and he even was casted out from school. He even did not graduate from school. He was the famous criminal and bastard in his region. And in 2 years after God saved him, he has built such a great church. So after he has preached in a Bible school, so I also give lectures there, and all of us, we give lectures there. But students, they were giving votes to different lecturers to find out who is the most important, who is the most liked preacher and lecturer there, and they said that it is Igor Tomchenko. So you got the first place. So he has been pastoring for 2 years, and he has been a believer for 3 years, and he built such a great church. I told him, if you follow him, if you follow me, then you will never fall down, and you will get higher and higher. So he is still seeking God, and the name of his book is Unlimited Ministry. So we will hear to him tomorrow. There are also some new books which have been written by our pastors. We have one more book by Pastor Ted Haggard, A Life-Caring Church. A Life-Caring Church by Ted Haggard, a church which brings life. One more book, Why Healing, if you want to have a healing. And also one more book, How to Be Sure in Yourself. Alright, so, but this is not I who is going to preach to you today, but one more hero of God. A person who is great before God. And I call Pastor Natalia Potopaeva my most and my greatest success in my ministry. Why do I call her a greatest success in my ministry? Because when she came to me for the first time, I was at that time both a pastor, a leader of praise and worship team, and I was the praise and worship team itself. And I worked on 100%, and at that time she came and she helped me a lot, and there were only 14 people in my church, only 14 people, and she was standing near the stage in front, and I was jumping. And I told her, and I asked her, what is your name? And she was standing, and she didn't clap and didn't sing at all. And I told her, what is your name? Will you clap, please? Let us sing to the Lord. And I asked her, why are you not clapping? And she said, I don't know, why should I clap to the Lord? And because before I used to attend Orthodox church, and we do not clap there. And when I asked what was her name, she said, my name is Natalia, the alcohol addicted. And I asked her, is it your surname, alcoholic? No, she said, I just used to drink alcohol a lot. And I told her, Natalia, you will not drink alcohol anymore. And today, Pastor Natalia is the most fruitful branch of all the branches of the Embassy of God. She has planted about 24 or 25 churches in 2 years. And she will tell you her story. It's tremendous. She has a church in Kiev, and they call themselves like right bench church of the Embassy of God, because they are situated on the right bench of the Dnipro River. So let us greet and invite Pastor Natalia Potopaeva.